So you know how we do things, guys? In front of us is the new trailer for next season. If you've watched the trailer, skip to the timestamp on the screen in front of your faces. If you have not, watch this right now.
The darkness crowds the edges of this system. The Hive serves it. You'll fall to one, if not the other. I propose an alliance. With my army and your light, the Cabal will crush the Hive. Bow.
No. Empress H.E.L.M has emerged as the new face of their empire and demanded I pledge loyalty to her.
This tank is like a living thing. She breathes, she moves, and she will spit out your bones. Sharpen my gilded knife and see you both on the battlefield. There's no light here.
Oh yeah, look. Do not disregard how we feel about Destiny 2 at this moment in time. I know we're kind of caught up into the wave of hype, but let's just continue with this trailer breakdown. First up, dude, that moment when whoever the hell this new Cabal person is told Zavala to bow. Zavala just gave him that parent stern no. Really though, narratively, this is interesting. We've already seen some teasers, some pictures here and there. Yes, the Cabal and Guardians are teaming up against the darkness. Yay team, or at least I think yay team. Because at that moment, it didn't look like we were on speaking terms. And then suddenly there's a strike and we're killing Cabal on the side of a big giant tank, which is essentially a fortress. Oh, but wait, Menagerie coming back. What is this, Leviathan? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Is this inside of that strike? Probably. It's supposed to be a good sized fortress. We also get to see gameplay of a new exotic bow. Very similar to like Trinity's Ghoul, but with more bounce. Look at that. Look how it kind of like bounces to the side after it hits a single target. Versus like Trinity's Ghoul AoE damage, right? Where you actually like want more spread in your shot. We also get to see some of the beautiful Cabal armor that's coming. Look at that. You got a helmet with like 3 balls around it. Look, you got one on your shoulder or each shoulder and then one on top of the head. Who the hell goes into battle like that, right? Only a warlock. Classic strikes are returning as well. Fight for the Cosmodrome. Oh, baby, does this take you back? Both of these strikes were back in D1, and yes, it is somewhat recycled content, but yeah, it's coming back. And honestly, this was gonna happen anyways due to the Cosmodrome coming back. But essentially, the Devil's Lair and Fallen Saber are gonna be making a return, and for some of us that liked those old strikes, you'll be excited. But moving on, there's also gonna be a new Battleground activity. Okay, so a couple things I wanna stop at right here. First up, new rocket launcher. Yeah, check it out. Kind of got like a Sins of the Past vibe to it in a way. He also pulls out an SMG, which looks to be a kinetic SMG. Remember, SMGs in general are going to get a buff, especially for controller users in regards to recoil. But he pulls out what appears to be a new Trials of Osiris hand cannon. Looks like a 140, has has like an annual skate vibe to it. Actually looks pretty damn sexy. And by the way, have we not noticed that this activity is taking place on Europa? Now, just freezing here at this shot, boom. The big weapon that we see there is, of course, Shadow Price. Adept weapons are coming next season for PvE players. Shadow Price, Palindrome, and then I think what? A machine gun? I can't even remember. Is it Swarm? I think it's Swarm. Regardless though, in these set of clips, yes, it looks like a solar hand cannon will be present through trials, and of course, Shadow Price. And again, we have not confirmed whether or not Adept mods will be able to be slotted back and forth between these PvE related Adept weapons and of course the Trial of Osiris Adept weapons. I'm under the assumption, considering they're under the umbrella of Adept, that yes, those mods should be able to be slotted on either one of those. So PvE players, if you have not played Trials and if you've not gotten any of the Adept mods, I'm sure there's going to be a way to acquire them all in Grandmaster Nightfalls. Next up, Season the Chosen is here. Now, this looks like Eververse armor. Got that Eververse vibe to it. Got some new weapons, yeah. Oh, look at these guys. They're not playing with stasis. They're using light-based subclasses. Now, that's just wild. Then we got this scene right here where this Cabal leader, whoever she states that they will sharpen their gilded knife and see us on the battlefield. Now, does that mean like in a threatening kind of way? Like, are you going to see me on the battlefield wielding the knife at me? Or does that mean like you're going to see me on the battlefield broing out against some hive, right? Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I know Zavala didn't bow, and I know we were just killing Cabal in that activity. Maybe this cutscene like occurs later in the season. I don't know. Next up, we have a look at, yes, Trials armor. Look at that. Now, we've already been kind of shown some of this armor on Twitter. Bungie just dropped some teasers last week, but this right here is definitely new Trials armor coming next season, which I gotta say looks pretty damn sexy. Another snip here, you see our Guardian holding what appears to be a relic. Now, I don't know if this is like a finisher. You never know anymore, right? But we do know Vault of Glass is coming at some point, I think in the spring. So it wouldn't surprise me if Bungie launched this activity with some levels of relic wielding to prepare people for Vault of Glass mechanics. And this right here definitely looks like our Guardian is wielding the relic, similar to how we used to wield it back in Vault of Glass. Top of that, we got a number of new sparrows. Yeah. Another screenshot of that SMG we saw earlier. Again, I'm starting to think we're gonna get another exotic SMG. You know, Bungie's targeting SMGs, they're targeting recoil. I'm starting to really think that's another exotic. Now, small screenshot right here. This actually looks like the pulse rifle, the Messenger, which was one of the best pulse rifles back inside of Destiny 1. It'll be high impact, it'll be a heavy hitter, and we're actually in a pretty good sandbox for pulse rifles. Stars, really good. I don't think Bungie's gonna change the archetype here because they have not really changed archetypes. They brought back weapons pretty much how they were, with just a different take on perks and role combinations. But this was a really good pulse, guys. I'm excited to see this, and I'll have to recall the TWA, but I think pulse rifles are also getting a buff in its recoil for controller users. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna be a controller player. I got my Xbox controller right now. Look at this. I mean, Astros, that's right, sponsored. But then you see the pulse rifle again there, which definitely does look like the Messenger. But wait, yes, you know it. The return of Palindrome, one of the best hand cannons back in D1. I love this hand cannon. I'm so happy to see it. It's still ugly as hell, but we can change the paint color, so no problem. And yes, it will be Adept too. Outside of that, the last brief clip was of Osiris saying, "There's no light out here." Ooh. I'm telling you guys, they're just gonna kill Osiris off. They're gonna do it. Every time I turn around, Osiris is getting himself in dark, dirty places, and I feel like Bungie narrative team is about to kill him off. There was this image that popped up with some like text there at the bottom. I have no idea what that means. I don't read Cabal. Regardless though, that is your trailer, guys. Yes, the new season launches next Tuesday, which takes us to the seasonal kickoff on Bungie.net. First up, the new Empress. Okay, so it is a she. Yep. With the pyramids and Ziva Arath destabilizing the system. Empress Kato, leader of the Cabal and daughter of Callus, seeks an alliance. But when she demands more than Zavala can offer, aka some dirty time with Zavala, negotiations collapse. Oh no. And Guardians must become the tip of the spear that strikes at her growing war council. You see all the sexual tension here? Zavala, she's kind of hot, man. Just do it. Now, welcome to the H.E.L.M, aka Old Tower? That looks just like the Old Tower. Designed as the ultimate vanguard staging ground, the spaceport provides the resources Guardians need to face the most powerful of incursions. Here, the war table has been set. Meeting with Zavala, acquire the Hammer of Proving, and orchestrate an honorable victory. Yeah, that's just the old tower, dude, which I am completely down with. Moving on, Battlegrounds. This is a new activity, and we've been asking for a new activity for a while. The fallout from the failed treaty has resulted in Cabal forces taking up arms in multiple destinations. Prepare to defend the glory of the Empire. In this 3-player match-made activity, Guardians will engage in ritual combat against Katal's. Man, I'm just gonna kill her name every time. Can we just call it Katie? We'll engage against Katie's chosen warriors. Okay, so we are fighting her. Now, these are some screenshots of us fighting some Cabal. Look at that. Scion's making a return. Got some cool looking weapons. Man, I just want some Cabal weapons, right? Like, I know we got Skyburner's Oath, but I mean like a real weapon. Moving on, the Vanguard strikes. We've got Fallen Saber, Devil's Lair, and of course, Proving Grounds, which is the new strike coming this season, as well as exotics and gear. This includes the exotic quest Redacted, but notice that definitely is a Tex Mechanica logo there. We also have that bow, which is actually called Tiku's Divination. Okay, so it wasn't actually called what we thought it was called, but it states this ancient recurved bow charges multiple solar arrows that can track several targets at once. You know me, fellas. Tracking weapons, let's go! As well as weapons and ornaments, which actually, looking at them, they all look very similar to Leviathan weapons. Look at that. I'm telling you, Sins, the scout rifle, the sniper. Is Midnight Coup in there? Anybody see Midnight Coup? A cache of new and reissue weapons to collect exotic, legendary, ritual, over 25 weapons added to the loot pool. Let's go. As well as Umbral Ingrams. Yes, they're making a return. If you like to target loot, Prismatic Recaster will be back next season. Now, the seasonal artifact, Bell of Conquest, used to celebrate the triumphs of the warrior who carries it. The Bell of Conquest increases your power every time it's upgraded. Unlock the new seasonal mods and customize your playstyle. Sexy looking artifact. We also have the season pass down here. Let's take a look. First up, I just want to point out this armor. Look at this armor. Look at that. Sex appeal maxed. I love it. It starts off kind of vanilla and then just bam. Now the season pass itself actually shows the bow being obtained through it, as well as the sidearm that looks like the old Leviathan raid sidearm, and of course the exotic ornament for the bow. And these are all the things that are included if you buy Season of the Chosen. But the free-for-all content will include the Battleground match-made activity, new weapons and ornaments, 3 new strikes, the helm, new exotic cosmetics, Umbral Ingrams. Wow, quite a bit actually for free for all. Now the roadmap itself, I will say things do change, okay? So what we see in front of us might have different dates, but starting February the 9th, we have the new season launching. Behemoth and Hellstone Battlegrounds, Devil's Lairs, and Fallen Saber strikes will be open, as well as the helm coming online. But simultaneously though, we will get a new stasis aspect and quests. February the 12th being the Friday next week, trials will begin, allowing us to obtain new armor, weapons, and more. The following reset after that, February the 16th, we have the Cleansing Battleground, and then the week after that, we have the Oracle Battleground alongside Ironbender. March the 23rd, we have the Proving Grounds. Strike will open for Season Pass holders, as well as Ironbender. And then the Proving Ground strike will enter the playlist for all players beginning March the 30th. Ironbender will return April the 13th. Guardian Games will begin April the 20th through May the 9th. And then Guardian Games closing ceremony May 7th through 9th. Actually, a lot of stuff here that's going to be available for free-to-play players. The only thing that's going to require Destiny 2 Beyond Light is, of course, the Stasis Aspect quests. And as far as Season of the Chosen, it seems like all of these things will become available to everyone towards the end of March. So yeah, if you're a free-to-play player or you're just trying to dabble here, it's good to see that you're not going to be cut out from content, maybe initially, but eventually it'll be available for you. Which takes us to our screenshots. That's right. Oh, look at that. Man, I still am having a hard time understanding this armor. It's terrifying. It really, look at this. It reminds me of the ninja guys from Zelda. What were they called? Y'all know what I'm talking about? They love bananas. Look at that bow. That is a sexy bow. Zavala and Katie having a very intense stare down. Zavala's trying so hard to not show he's turned on. This Scion, whoever the hell he is, but he looks like a big bad guy, inside of that moving fortress that also kind of looks like Leviathan / Menagerie, which what came first? Leviathan. So I guess Menagerie looks like Leviathan, at least internally. Sepix. Oh, look at Sepix, man. How much has this guy changed for us, right? Sometimes he has spikes. Other times he's got red Uzi stuff on himself. It's crazy. And then, of course, the Darkness, which I don't really see Osiris in there. Maybe he's in there. Maybe he's just just kind of like hiding. I don't even know what the ship is. Whose ship is this? Is this Osiris' ship? Outside of that, we have some 4K wallpapers. Boom. Oh yes, look at that armor. Beautiful. What is that on his back though? What the hell is that? Are those flutes? I can't even tell what that is. Well, guys, that is all I have to show you. I've got nothing else. I don't see anything else that we're missing. Let me know in the comments below what you think though. Yes, a new season's coming. Is there still issues inside of Destiny? You damn right. Is this next season gonna fix all of them? Absolutely not. Are we gonna play it? Probably. Hopefully, Bungie will balance this whole sunsetting thing a little better, because that to me is what's been really dragging Beyond Light down. Regardless though, guys, I am hyped about this, but not overhyped. Just hyped enough. I think the narrative is gonna be pretty solid. I just hope that this activity is not just some like, you know, seasonal rinse repeat activity. Like if Bungie can get back to like menagerie style activities, my God, that would be perfect. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.